Well, so here we are. This is our first Sunday after our senior minister, Reverend Michael Alec, and his departure last week. And so for the next few weeks, I am going to lead us in an exploration about change, because that's where we are. I'm just curious, how many of you have been through a change in pastors here already? About two changes, 2 pastors. 3? 4? Yeah, 5? Okay. Yeah. It happens, right? It's normal, I guess. How many of you love it? I know. Me neither, actually. Change is hard. And yet, it is normal. It's inescapable. And I think it requires of us our best self. So I hope that we will just be all in. You know, Pastor Michael gave a rousing sermon last week about setting sail, leaving the safety of the harbor, setting sail to those unknown waters. And we all said, yes, right on. Well, here we are. I think if you're like me, there's some insecurity, maybe some loss, some sadness, and it kind of reduces the size of our sail, doesn't it? So that's our task this morning. That's my hope for us, is that way I can get our sails unfurled just a bit bigger, because this morning is really special. We get to have communion together. We get to eat the bread and taste the cup. And as we do that later in the service, I just invite us to notice what is nourishing us right now. What helps us to connect to Spirit? How do we stay connected in this time of change? We'll say the Lord's Prayer too. Give us this day our daily bread. We, in addition to Michael leading, we have a new communications person in the church office. And I said, I'm going to talk about Manna. And so for the bulletin, I want something that's like daily bread. So she brought me this. And I was like, well, it's like there's sheaves of grain. It's daily. And then I looked at it again. I kind of let go of my assumptions. How many of you had the give us this day our daily bread, like in your kitchen growing up? Some of us did. It was on a plate, or it was on the wall, or something. It did not look like this. But I have a really great memory of this bread. I think it's bread. They marketed this bread. It was in 1992, and I was in my Oma's kitchen. And my Oma, it's my dad's mother, my maternal grandmother. And I was eating tomatoes on toast. Because Oma would have this, and she called it Schlobby-Brot. She's from the old country. Das Brot is an actual German word, which means bread. Schloppy, S-C-H-L-O-B-P-Y, is not really a word. It's a word you have if you don't speak English and you come to this country and you taste something like this. But Schlobby-Brot is very American, that's what she would say, right? This is so American. So she's like, well, I can use this. I can toast it. So you can toast it, and you put some butter on, and some sliced tomatoes right out of the garden, and a little bit of salt. It's really wonderful. It's one of the last times I was with my grandmother before she passed away. And look, it says wonder. You wonder what's in it. Oh, wonder! And that actually works. Because that's what we're trying to do. In our communion moment, we're trying to keep our wonder up, right? Because as long as we're approaching uncertainty with hopefulness and with wonder, then it's exciting and our sails are open. I know it's uncomfortable this time of change. And so it's fitting, I think, that our art exhibit that opens today is on disruptions. I don't know how many of you got to see as you came in, but Carola Penn is with us, and she's local, so that's exciting. It's nice to see things like the Broadway Bridge. But disruptions, and it is a disruption. And several of you have confessed to me that you tend to kind of step back in disruption. You think, well, maybe I'll just wait until the new senior minister shows up before I sign up for any committees. Just kind of wait and see. That's totally normal, right? When things are uncertain and we don't know what's happening, our natural biological instinct is what? Freeze. Just don't move until you figure out where is it safe to go. And that reminded me of this book that was really popular in the 80s called Who Moved My Cheese? It's a management book. And it's a parable. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it kind of fits. The story is that there's these two mice and these two people. I'm not sure why they're hanging out in the same place. They're little people. I never really got that. But two mice, two people, and they're in a maze, and they have this little corner where they found some cheese, and things are good, and they're hanging out. And then one morning they get up, and the cheese is all gone. They've eaten it. There's none left. And the little mice are like, okay. They take off. They go out into the maze. But the two people, who are called Hen and Haw, it's kind of a heavy-handed parable. Hen and Haw are like devastated and like, where'd the cheese go? Did someone steal the cheese? Did you eat the last piece? Whose fault is it about this cheese? Let's analyze the disappearance of the cheese and see if we can predict when this phenomenon might occur again and when it might come back. And they do this for a really, really, really long time. They have charts, they have graphs, they do everything. Until finally, but they're still there. Like the reality is there's no cheese, right? There's nothing else to eat either. Finally, I don't remember if it's Hen or if it's Haw, we'll say Haw, I don't know, decides, or realizes actually, like if I don't move and leave this corner, I'm literally gonna die. I don't know where the mice went months ago, but they haven't come back, so they must be good. And I have no idea what's out there in that maze, but I cannot stay here. So he does, he goes out and he finds the new cheese, and then he comes back and gets his friend. But of course, the problem with something like that, I guess it works for management and business, I don't really know, think about the cheese, but applied to us, it's hard to know where the new cheese is. How do you recognize the new cheese? Manna is what they say in Hebrew people say. What is it? God says, I gave you bread, and you're like, really? I thought of subtitling this sermon, I called it Who Moved My Manna, but how to spot food when it looks like spit. Because I think that's kind of what it looks like. But I can imagine us, the people of First Congregation. You can imagine us. Imagine us as the people out in the desert. We kind of are, right? We've been walking and walking and walking. Moses left. And Miriam. Moses left. And we're hungry. And it's hot, it's so hot, I'm so hot. And there's nothing but sand. Sand and this cloud, the presence of God. We're a little bit afraid of it. I don't know what it is. Don't get too close, that's all I know. And we're nervous. I mean, there's all these experts that say the mainline church is declining, right? I'm not supposed to say it, but I think we do wonder, are we going to die? Right? I'm just saying what we think. We do think that. I know we do. How many more transitions can we survive? What do we look like on the other side of it? And so we go to God and we say, look, we're hungry, we're scared, we're worried, we're a little bit freaked out. It's fine and well to set sail, but we need help. And so God says, okay, I'll feed you. I hear you. First Congregational, I hear you. I will feed you. Well, Manna, what is it? Where is it? I don't know. Let's imagine. Okay, now there's this like frost thing on the ground. You gonna go gather that up? I have my concerns, really. This looks better. But maybe we remember Barbara Graham Taylor, who says, you know, I found this pigeon-colored stone and I remembered that in the light it looks like nothing, like gravel, but in the dark it looks like a diamond. How many other treasures have I walked right by because they did not meet my standards? We might be people of high standards. Maybe. Okay, so we're in the story, so let's say we adjust our standards. We go, okay, God, you say that's food. We're hungry. We'll pick it up. And we do. And it's not that bad. We form a committee to analyze it. We think we could do this. This could work. This could be our plan. We could have Manna as our logo. This could be our identity. Who else needs Manna? We need to send this out into the world. And then God says, okay, but it only is good for one day. I'm pretty sure that if my kid's hungry, I'm going to take more than I need for one day. I can just guarantee you that right now. So I'm going to do that. And then what happens, and this is all in the Bible, it's not just from my head. I keep some back, and the next morning, guess what? It's totally rotten. God was right. It's foul and full of worms, and I have to throw it away and go back out. This is going to take all day. I'm going to have no time for anything else. But then God says something else. Well, you're not going to get worn out because I have the Sabbath, and I want you to keep the Sabbath. Okay, how is that going to work, God? This is also in the text. God says, on the sixth day, gather twice as much. Isn't it going to rot? No, not on the sixth day. Okay, all right, whatever, God, we'll do that. We gather twice as much, and guess what? It doesn't rot, but it's the seventh day. We could get a head start on the next week, don't you think? If we went out. I know we're supposed to rest in, but let's just go out. So we go out, and there's no manna. This is in the text. On the seventh day, the people go out, and there's no manna to be found. And God is like, I told you so. It's the Sabbath. Rest. Now, this is very difficult for me. Because this thing about rotting and then not rotting, and then there's none on the seventh day, it messes up my faith in God, which is mostly like I believe in God, but I have a backup plan in science. Okay? And I'm not a biologist, but I don't know of anything where there's double amount on the sixth day and then it doesn't rot, and on the seventh day there's none, and that happens every 7 days for 40 years. I don't know of any biological phenomenon like that, so this is a problem for me and my faith. But maybe it's an invitation too. Batya, before she retired, told us a story. We were the parents all gathered together, and she said, you know, what I learned about the Sabbath was that, she's a Jewish teacher, storyteller. On the Sabbath, you get a second soul. You get an extra soul. Just from Friday sundown until Saturday sundown. And I think I could use a second soul because I'm probably very annoying to God during this time of not following instructions. I think that's kind of our congregational identity. But if that was really us, I think we would do all those things. I would keep it back. We would go out on the seventh day. Then God would get a second soul because God would say, look, I told you people, this is really what I'm doing. And it is every day. You have to go out every day to be fed. And you have to not go out on the seventh day. You have to rest. And this whole thing that is very non-scientific is really about showing us who God is. If we're ready to wonder. Here are some things I think he tells us. God cares about our physical survival. God cares about our bodies, about our hunger. God does not want us to die. Not in slavery in Egypt, not out in the desert, not because we go through change after change after change. God wants us to live. God is very patient. God lets us figure out things by ourselves, which requires trial and error, which is the only way human beings have ever learned anything. God brings us sweetness, wafers made of honey. Oh, and then did you catch this part about how God makes sure every person has enough? Because if you can't hoard it, if it only lasts for one day, then you can't stockpile some, sell it on eBay, market it. It's only for you, it's only for one day, for every one of you. And God is the source of life. But we have to gather, right? We have to get up. We can't just sit around waiting for it to come. We can't stay in the same old spot with the old cheese. We have to get up and move. Verse 11 says, "At twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall have your fill of bread. Then you shall know that I am the Lord your God." That's it. That's the whole thing right there. The point of the daily gathering and the weird double portion is about wholeheartedly trusting God with our survival. Which means that this is one of the best times in our life as a church. Because we don't have our Moses. And we don't know what happens next. And so we really get to trust that God is calling us, individually and as a people. Give us this day our daily bread. As we taste the cup and as we eat the bread this morning, I hope that we will wonder how do we stay connected to Spirit in this time of change. The sand is all around us, the road we can't see, the horizon is a blur of heat and light. And in the midst of so much uncertainty, we have a God who hears us when we call, a God who answers, and a God who provides. Amen.